The planet Mars and Saturn usually bring problem circumstances. Mars, the angry one, impatient, very quick in action, do the situation, worry about the circumstances later. It is known also as the masculine planet and the planet that could bring accidents and conflicts. Saturn rules, discipline, slow moving, and it puts you into tough situation so that you can go to in-depth understanding of the circumstances. It makes you, in a way, resourceful. You learn from experience, you learn from hardship, and you learn from circumstances. If Mars and Saturn is in the first house, you got to be very careful about your health, about your person, about your personality. There can be a lot of conflict and doubts that sort of throw you in every each way rather than moving onward, forward and positive. It also can make you a troublesome person with old resentfulness that you want to settle. And every time you go into a conflict, it's like an open door theory, one thing leads to another, or a corridor of complications. If it affects the second house, the problem will be more in regards to insecurities, lack of position, possession, and always in want. And this could make you angry, can pick with people over money issues, or always think that somebody is out to get you. And this is something you will be very careful of. While Mars and Saturn, when in the third house, it makes you argumentative, and just because someone said something, you want to sort of take it like a vengeance, can't control your position and feelings, and that ought to be very careful. And during these times, the biggest problem will be more to do with agreement, contractual matters, and the statements and words. There will be the big waves that you have to ride in all these issues, because assuming an assumption could be very dangerous, or that one moment of confidence could put you in a long term of problem where agreements are concerned. Then Mars and Saturn comes to the fourth house of the horoscope. The problem will be more property, family, in-house issue. Like someone is going through so much of problems that it affects you because they are close ones. It also affects you regarding family, duty, responsibility that can make a kind of a breakaway situation between you and people very close to you. You feel like you want them out of your home because they are not running the way things should be run or messing things up. So, problem with relatives, property matters, even with rentals. You find that one moment you have rental and next moment you don't, and you start to get pretty fed up about running this situation. The key to it will be tolerance. In the fifth house, it creates problem in love. You become suspicious because you had one past circumstance that you went through bad experience and now it's playing up again. Problems with children, they're getting into trouble, and even accidents, as well as be very careful about over-trusting friendship. This could be a parting time, and the changing of the guards in friendship relationships. Even mind and mental decision could be pretty foggy. You'll find that, oh, I've studied, I got it all there. And when you come to the exam, you just get blurred out. Or you get confused by more different viewpoints and having hard to make decisions. In the sixth house, the health will be most trouble. So you'll find that you do have to undergo some bad situation in health condition, sometimes accident, surgery, and also people that you have to work with or you're working with are giving you a hard time and are bringing out suspicious circumstances and situation, and this is troubling you very much. Mars and Saturn goes into the seventh house of the horoscope. The problem will be more partnership. It'll be like, you want to break up, but both are not really ready for the parting. So there will be a push and pull situation, a lot of resentfulness, and sometimes old problems are being brought back all the time. You did that in the past, you did this, so they cannot let go of the past. As well as during this period, there can be problems in the business world, especially in partnership. You'll find that your partner is working on different agendas to the one that is agreed upon. So you feel cheated and problem and circumstances do come about. Mars and Saturn in the 8th house of the horoscope usually could bring problems with income tax, with bankers, with the financial reserves. There is a lot of claiming out the security rather than holding on and making it good. You'll find that you have to work on very little resources and plenty areas to fulfill. During this period, be very careful about taking gossips and information from others. Does not matter whether it's right or hearsay, but it can be very damaging and could lead you to liability or suit of a liable nature. So you don't want to go in that direction, and try to keep private situation more to yourself. And if you let the cat out of the bag, you're going to have a tiger to deal with. So during this time, when working with changing circumstances, it could lead to a lot of conflict and breakaways. Mars and Saturn in the 9th house of the horoscope. This problem will be more to do on the higher level, with hierarchies, with overseas matter, with educational matter, with people in the knowledge field or people in power. So during this time, be very careful about philosophy, culture, government, religion. This seems to be an issue of contentment, and there will be a lot of conflict. And even when you find that you want to progress or make success, something is always there to block. So you always go through a blockage. Mars and Saturn in the 10th house of the chart. This leads to career matters, career difficulties, and career circumstances. You might find that somebody screws up and you're given the authority, the big title, but the most assassinated situation to deal with. You become unpopular in power, and you have a lot of difficult forces to deal with. You find that in work matters, you are the commander-in-chief of bad circumstances. Something that somebody miscalculated years ago, and you just happen to hold the baton of responsibility, and it goes chasing after you like a nightmare. And you find that even though people respect you, they know you have the talent, the ability, the skills, the mastery, but they don't trust you. Why? Because your policy, your system is hurting them very badly. So badly that they cannot see good in you. And these are the circumstances that you'll have to live with. Mars and Saturn in the 11th house of the horoscope leads to problem with group. You find that you are more likely to join up with two different groups with different ideology and a lot of hateful indifferences, and you are sandwiched in between. So it's difficult to agree with this friend, neither with the other. So you'll just have to live and learn, listen, and find what problems they have. It's just like to agree, to disagree. And you will have a lot of this with varying groups and people that comes into your life at this time. These are not good times for gamble. You could be in a sinkhole and become a flatliner in your circumstances of trying to keep tab with situation. So trusting friends may be a bit of a problem around this time. Even under the best of circumstances or the best of friendship, situation just seem to show negative more than positive. And you could be caught up in other people's negativity and even some toxic people because of the connection with certain friends or acquaintances that you make around this time. And you've got to be mindful and watchful over these matters. Mars and Saturn in the 12th house of the horoscope. And this means that 12th house means finishing, settlement, coming back into the end cycle of things. So this means that if there are health problems, attend to them immediately. They could be dangerous and will need quick attention. It could mean that circumstances happen that you have to give up certain things from the past. In some cases, it's like giving up property. In other cases, like giving up something that you have always felt so secure. You're out of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to, like in all great motivational philosophy, you have to die before you can live. And this is a period where you feel like you're dying, like your spirit has given up on you. Your inner soul seems to have a big empty black hole in it. And you're going through all that experiences, some psychic, some going through putting the correctional course of what has always been troubling you, come to finalization and ending. You lose people you love, you lose important holdings, and it is a time where you go through a very painful experience, but one that will save you quite a lot through a lifetime. Thank you for observing my channel, and good wishes for the year ahead, and luck, prosperity, and your dreams come true. My name is Roy Rugby from the Royal Astrologers. Cheers.